Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Don from Teeqlife, aka D Ferg, and welcome back to another episode here in the Teeqlife Basement Bar of Something New. This is where we are going to actually be trying something very new, brand newish to the market, not been out long whatsoever, Tequila Corcel. This is a tequila that is out of California. We'll talk a little bit more about the founders, about, just everything that we normally talk about in a Something New episode. But I'm really, really excited. Now, just jumping into this right off the bat, Tequila Corcel, Nobility, crafted in excellence. So if you go to their website, that's what they're saying. And so I'm looking forward to reviewing this tequila because it's been sitting here for about a week, and I'm very impatient. It's just one of those things where you see something, you gotta open it. So we're just going to jump straight in. The aroma, herbaceous, fruity. So there's gonna be some hints of cherry, red plum, some blueberry, and citrus. Now the citrus I get. I have heard of citrus, obviously, on our other tastings for tequila, especially Blancos, you will get, that type of a flavor, or aroma. But cherry, blueberry, that's very different. So, with me doing my research, it was already intriguing me just a little bit more to say, please open me. But I couldn't. I have to stand true to you. And when I taste something on our show, it's the first time ever. Don't get it twisted. Taste that cherry, a hint of lemongrass. Now that's different. Slight warm, peppery. So it's a Blanco, so I expect to get a little bit of peppery tones. The agave, sweet agave, and we're gonna throw you for a loop, some spearmint. So I don't know if it's like chewing Wrigley's gum, but I'm okay with that because just think about it. If you're out at the bar and you're drinking Tequila Corcel and you get that spearmint, you're not afraid to talk to a girl. So it's all good. Let's talk about this bottle though. What I really like about the bottle is it's very clean. The texture on the label is almost like a linen. It's, on this one, their logo is a horse, and it's got a silver outline, a great top, a nice wooden top. It's got the seal over it. It is just a very elegant bottle, easy to hold, and I really like it. It's really clean, and hopefully it's coming through on camera like that. Now, this one has no aging. It is a true Blanco, no aging whatsoever. And it is triple distilled. So I don't think there is really many Blancos or tequilas for that matter that I've had where it's been triple distilled. Now twice distilled, absolutely. But triple, that's really brand new to me. In true form, we are going to try this neat. I'm not going to do a margarita, anything like that. I thought about chilling it. I may do that depending on the flavor tones, but we are just going to go straight up neat. So I am going to crack this bad boy open, and the seal came off. We got the pop. Oh wow. So I got to tell you, the aromas are already pouring out. So this is like a genie bottle that I've been molesting, I don't know, and it's just the aromas are rich and very, very nice. They're really good. But I'm gonna put it in the Teeqlife signature flute. I did a nice pour, not overly poured. It smells very, very clean. It's got a aroma of citrus. I'm picking up some fruity tones, which is really nice. It's really clean. I mean, there's some times where I don't know. I mean, I know most people probably don't smell their alcohol, their liquor, whatever they're drinking. But there's some that I have actually smelled, and by the time you get here, like, your eyes are burning because there's so much alcohol content in it. But this is not one of them. And actually, the more that I get to smell it, does that sound weird? Like me smelling it like that? Can you hear that? But it smells really, you know, fruity a little bit, and, you know, in a way florally. But you know what? I think that's enough smelling, really, and we're just going to go in for it. So, the first one always coats your palate, so that way you can get all the flavors afterwards. A lot of the times it smooths out as well, which is really good. But it has a slight hint of pepper. So it was true to form, just a slight hint of pepper. And I'm picking up, yeah, there is some definite fruit like undertones. They're very subtle to make this really a nice clean sipping Blanco. I mean, I'm picking them up a little bit, but it's like not overwhelming whatsoever. The other thing about it is I think that I can get the lemongrass as well, which is really interesting. And I've never really had lemongrass flavor in many things other than tea. And it's great for a hangover, just letting you know. Some lemongrass and honey. That's a secret, trade secret. But, you know, even like the oil diffusers, when you put lemongrass in it, you get this really good, you know, aroma in whatever room you're in. And this is very, very good. This is a really good Blanco. This is one that I think actually I'm going to have to try with an ice cube, because typically it'll smooth it out a little bit more, and then it brings out a little bit more of like the bowels of the flavor. You know, I know it's a strange term, but you'll get more of those flavor tones really jumping out at you, which I think will be really interesting. But I'm not going to waste that. You know, I'm definitely going to drink this, but I think the other thing is this would blend well, and this is my favorite thing to do with a Blanco that maybe isn't that good. You know, you go to your favorite restaurant, they only have a couple of different tequilas, not saying any names, so usually what I do is I get a splash of pineapple, so that way it cuts it a little bit, and it takes on those tones, which is really good. But let's grab an ice cube and see how it tastes. Alright, so got some ice cubes because I definitely want to try this a little bit chilled, but as you can see, I drank the rest of it, and I'm telling you, it's just a very cool, like very slight peppery, not much burn whatsoever. It's just like a cool, smooth sipping Blanco. You know, with it being triple distilled, I think maybe that's what they were going for, and if that's true to form, great job, because you accomplished that. I think it would blend well, but you know, I'm getting where I can drink it neat, but we're gonna see with an ice cube. But like I said, I'm catching those berry flavors. I'm just gonna call it berry because I can't really determine exactly what it is. I want to say it's probably a little bit of cherry, a little bit of blueberry. I can get a little bit of that lemongrass as well, which is really cool. And like I said, I mean, it's just a very smooth, subtle sipping Blanco. But let's go for an ice cube and see what we're going to do here. And the good thing is I get to do another pour. I'll never turn that down. And that might have been a little bit much, but we're okay with that. Alright, so we're going to swirl it around. I want it to chill. While we do that is, Tequila Corcel, the one cool thing, you know, there's many cool things, but one of the things that I really like about them is they're dedicated to the preservation of tequila tradition and quality. And, you know, that was their main focus, is sticking to those traditions of how they, you know, made tequila back throughout history, and, you know, paying homage to that. And I think that's really important. I think it's just very important because, you know, tequila, it's a masterful type of liquor. And if you do it the wrong way, I mean, obviously you're going to get some poor quality tequila. So I think this is chilled enough. That's really good. You get a lot of really good tones that are just kind of amplified of what I talked about before. The coolness of it, this would blend well. I mean, I would hate to say throw this in, you know, some sort of a craft cocktail or a mixed drink, margarita, whatever it may be, but I'm telling you, this is going to make for a phenomenal, fantastic type of craft cocktail. That's really good. That is really smooth. Now, we get into a danger zone because it's so smooth, actually, that you could drink a lot of this, and then one day it's just going to sneak up on you. And I mean 1 hour, really. But this is really good. I really like it. Now, Corcel, it means steed, and a horse available for riding. That's where the whole logo comes in of the horse. And if you think about it, the horse is a very important part of tradition and history in the Mexican culture. They had charros. Charros was a traditional horseman in central parts of Mexico, notably Jalisco, the state of Jalisco, where tequila comes from. And it was, you know, horses were important for ranching, for transportation. And at one time, you know, throughout history, the only people that could ride or own a horse were those of nobility. So this is a quality tequila based on history and staying true to form as far as tequilas and how they're made and how they're supposed to taste. But it's also like a noble tequila. The glass bottle itself is very thick. I mean, this is a heavy bottle. This is a weapon and clue. There's no doubt about it. This will hurt somebody. But I really like the label. I love the presentation, the colors. Now what's interesting, and I'm just going to put the ice aside, and I love the topper. I mean, it is the wood topper, but it's also got metal and it's embossed. You know, it's like a top inside of a top. So it's metal. It says Tequila Corcel. Really, really cool. Now we talk about the labels. And before we get into what I thought of it, I want to just show something. And we're just going to pull them out. Hopefully we can get them all on the camera. But as you can see, there are 4. So that means we are going to do 3 more tastings. So we have the reposado, the añejo, and extra añejo. So we're not going to do it tonight. These are going to be different episodes. But the one thing I want to point out is, which makes it very unique, all the labels are shaped differently and different in color, which is a very unique, distinctive, you know, identity. It's like, it makes it identifiable. So it's like, you know, if you want the Blanco, it's blue. If you want the extra añejo, it is copper. I hope I'm right. So that's what's really cool about this. It's the same texture, but it's different labels. So it will signify and kind of, it brands it. It makes it unique. It makes it an attention getter. And I think that's really cool. So they paid a lot of attention to detail. I'm just going to stick these aside for now. But they really have. They've showed a lot of attention to detail. And I really like that. I think that's important to point out. That it's not just a label in a different color or maybe something a little bit different. They took their time to plan and execute this. So where can you get this? Right now, you can get it in California in select places. And with one of these, you can go to Old Town Tequila and be able to pick it up. So hopefully they just keep growing. Like I said, this is a newer company out on the market. And let's get down to brass tacks and say, what do you think about it? I like it. I really do. I think it's very smooth. It has a good flavor to it. Great aroma, especially like when I open the bottle. And then on top of that, it's very smooth. Now when you put an ice cube in it, it just smooths it out even more. And it creates a great sippable tequila. Very palatable. And I think even if you put in whiskey rocks, that would do it some justice as well, because then it wouldn't dilute it as much. But if you wanted to use this in a craft cocktail, by all means, it'll just make it that much better. So the better the base of your cocktail, the better the cocktail is going to be. So just remember that. That's a little tidbit from me. I'm gonna drink again. So that wraps up another episode of Something New here in the Teeqlife Basement Bar, where we reviewed Tequila Corcel, Blanco, and Teeqlife approved all day long. If you can get your hands on this, I promise you, you will not be disappointed whatsoever. So make sure to subscribe to the Teeqlife YouTube channel so you don't miss any further episodes, especially with the other 3 that we're going to be reviewing. Follow us on social media. If you want to contact us, go ahead, go to teeqlife.com, use that contact page. You can do everything there. We'll see you soon.